If I look to the left all the time, it's because I can see myself there, because this camera has this twisty LCD screen thing. It's really cool. Wait, that's not left, that's right. Hello! This is my first vlog. I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, but I have a new camera and hence I wanted to use it for something. Also, I just like hearing myself talk. I just spent a couple of hours in a high school in Stockholm. They invited me to this discussion about what it means to be human and spirituality and that kind of stuff. So I was there basically as a biologist to represent the sort of the biological viewpoint, and there was also a priest, an imam, a philosopher, and a woman who does yoga and tai chi and that kind of stuff. She was a bit fuzzy. The really interesting thing was actually that I expected that I would be sort of out on a limb with everyone else, like all the other four, possibly with exception of the philosopher, would be like, we have a soul, and they would get all metaphysical and complicated, and that I would be the odd one out. And I was the odd one out in some ways, but it was also striking the way that especially the two deeply religious people, the priest and the imam, they were all adamant to endorse evolution and the fact that humans are biological creatures, that we're basically animals. But of course they were also like, oh, but we're different because we have a free will, and we have a free will. Yeah, that was basically it. We have a free will. That was the main, especially from the imam, that was the main thing that he thinks makes us different from animals, whereas I would say other animals. Of course, you can actually explain what free will is. Anyway, the point is that the wooey people present were very keen on phrasing and framing their arguments in terms that made them seem more rational. They wouldn't come out and say that, you know, I believe in an eternal soul and I believe that God will judge you when you die. It was sort of implied, but they really kept sort of quiet about it. It makes me feel slightly bad, but the fact is that I feel a certain amount of glee because of this. It sort of signifies how Sweden has become the society where people are expected to be at least somewhat rational about things, and where, for instance, evolution and the fact of humans being fundamentally similar to animals is an accepted fact, and if you don't believe this, then you should probably not speak very loudly about that, because people will think you're insane, or, you know, just slightly crazy maybe. At the same time, I think if you are religious, well, it doesn't really matter what beliefs you have. I think that you should be able to be honest about them. I don't think that you should have to wrap them in something. I mean, when I went to this discussion, I was thinking, because I can often come off as quite brash and some people think rude, because I'm very opinionated, and in Sweden you're not supposed to have opinions, preferably about anything. So I was thinking about how I would present myself, but I never once for a minute thought that I should reframe or rephrase any of my actual beliefs to make them more palatable to other people. Anyway, I should probably stop now, and I'll be trying to edit this, and if I fail completely, then no one will ever see this, and hence won't know. And if I feel vaguely happy about it, then hello and bye, and maybe see you again in the future.